I'm going to open the floor for a couple questions, and I want to see if there's any right away from the floor, since I'll probably only have time for one or two. Anyone out there?
Hi, I'm Ctbuh from the University of Auckland, and my question is to Moon Summ Wong. And my question is, what is the cost of the plants when you install them on a building, cost of maintenance, and what about the energy that you need to maintain them?
The system that we have adopted for the vertical landscaping is actually quite similar to how you do it on the ground level. The planters are very simple, RC structures. But the critical thing is that you do have to design them such that it's actually easy to maintain in a manner that you would do so as if it's on a ground level. So like the one at Newton Suites, though it's 100 stories, there's a planter and a service walkway on every level. So it's actually no different from as if it's on a ground level building.
And what about watering?
I mean, it's no different from, again, what you have on the ground floor. It is irrigated on an automatic system, but otherwise, the rain gets to it as well. Water supply on its own, but otherwise, it's the same as you would on a ground level building.
Question over here.
Steve Baldridge, Base Engineers. It's great to see what's happening in India. There's a lot of change, but we still see some hanging on to the past. We've been doing some full service work there, and we see, for example, the use of unreinforced brick in seismic areas like Gurgaon, Chandigarh, issues with systems that are old that could create a big hazard in the future for India. What is India doing related to building codes, especially in the high-rise world where if something goes wrong, it goes wrong in a big way?
As a general practice in government and as a directive, we insist on national building code to be followed for construction purposes, building construction. At the same time, for government projects, we stipulate that wherever the national building code provisions are not available, we refer to British codes, then American codes. A hierarchy is provided in all the bidding documents. However, as it comes to the private developers, they are free to adopt the codes as far as structural engineering or maybe material specifications are concerned. The National Building Code only provides an enveloping provisions in terms of spaces and then various standards. It is not constricting any developer from following a superior code.
Thank you.
Any others this afternoon? I know a number of you are running to catch planes. Yes.
Robert Lau, Associate Editor for the Council. I have a question for the Pearl River Tower. When that building is completed and becomes online, are you planning to do documentation or recording of the energy use or the energy conservation that might be usable for other people in this room or available for other people to compare with other projects?
Well, that's a good question. We hope to, is the answer to that. At this moment in time, we don't actually have that service, but I meant it's kind of important for us to have it anyway, because it's all very well telling people like yourself and others how a building might perform, but we do need the empirical data to be able to persuade people who are maybe less convinced. And we're pretty confident in terms of what we will achieve. I mentioned my colleague Roger Frechette earlier on. He's with our client at this moment in time, and he's expressed an interest in us getting involved post-occupancy for that very service. So we're hopeful that we will get that. We are also hopeful that we can make it available, because there's no point keeping it to ourselves. So we'd like to share that with you. And the building's not due to be complete. Well, it's scheduled to be complete in 2010. October 2010, but I think we're running slightly behind if you took note of those construction shots. So, but that is an essential part of being able to persuade people, again, to employ some of these systems, which we think clearly have benefits to them and others.